What is Santa's
Whoa. Okay. Welcome to the AI Show. I'm Scott Stevenson, co-founder of Deepgram. With me is Jeff Ward, a.k.a. Susan. He's a Navy pilot, acclaimed dad joke writer, and AI scientist at Deepgram. On the AI Show, we talk about all things AI. What is it? What can you do with it? How does it affect you? Where is it going? We are live and ready to answer your questions. Comment on YouTube or Twitch or tweet at Deepgram AI to join in. Today, we're asking the question, the big question, the really big question, the secret deep down thing that we think we've uncovered.
This is an important one.
What is Santa's secret?
Yeah. How? How does that big jolly red guy do it?
How does he do it?
Yeah.
We think we figured it out, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you really put it down, it's pretty obvious what he's doing.
It's really obvious.
I mean,
yeah.
when you lay out the facts, like he's got a horde of tasks he's got to do, like the orders of magnitude of tasks that he can do.
So many activities.
Like it's not normal to be able to do this kind of thing.
He's one man, right?
Man.
He has elves.
In
the North Pole, cold place.
Cold place, right?
Yeah. And he has all these millions, billions of people to visit around the world.
But what assets does he have to do this?
How does he do it?
Well, I mean, the first asset that gave us, I think, the real clue was he's been collecting a lot of data.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
For years. He knows it's all about he knows when you've been naughty.
Yeah.
He knows when you've been nice.
He's making a list, checking it twice.
Yeah.
You're sending him letters to the North Pole.
Exactly. He's probably got
You're calling in.
So what does this mean?
You're meeting him at the mall.
What is Santa's secret, Scott?
Yeah. I think he does it. The way he can do it is he obviously has uncovered the ways of AI way before anybody else.
Way before everybody else.
And he hasn't told anybody. Kind of a not so good of a guy move, though, Santa.
I know.
Yeah. So.
He was into big data way before it was a thing.
Yeah. Why do you think he's at the North Pole?
I don't know. Maybe because he had a heat problem to solve.
He has lots of data centers, okay? He's got a problem. It needs to be cold, okay?
Yeah.
You have to process this data. You have to train your models.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine, like, what the energy costs would be if you did it, somewhere in California.
Uh-huh.
Like, it would be ridiculous just the heating and
especially,
cooling there.
Hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, totally. Like, he needs that nice big cold sink for all those GPUs he's got running.
Yep.
And all that. I mean, geez, how much data does this guy have? Hundreds
it grows
of years
over the years too.
Of detailed enough information that you can make a clear determination of naughty or nice on a person.
This is where we get into it. Yeah, he's got data centers. He's got data. He's got all this. He's got his feelers out there. The mall Santa with his probably IoT device ridden suit that he's wearing, collecting data. But he has all this data from the past hundreds of years. Yeah. And people saying what they want, what they've been doing, whether they've been awake or not, but he has to make he has to make predictions based on that. But he's got all these letters coming in. How do you think he reads all those letters?
Yeah. Well, let's just say it. Santa's secret is machine learning.
Machine learning. Yeah.
That's Santa's secret.
That's it.
It's clear.
It's obvious.
It is so obvious.
He's using OCR on letters that people are sending in to him.
He's doing real deep language processing on them too.
Yeah.
So you've got OCR, perfect recognition, and now you've got the text. You're not going to read all that. You got to have something. You got to get something that says, "Oh, this is this person.
Yeah.
These are their gift ideas.
Yeah.
Like this is their special circumstances as mentioned in the letter.
Yeah.
And you've got to do some pretty serious processing to rip all that out in a usable way.
Yeah, it's just not OCR to text.
That's just the first step.
Yeah, come on.
Right.
You're gathering data about everybody, right? Yeah. You're probably serving ads. Like he's probably selling data to all the tech companies so to help him sell ads.
I mean, maybe
that's how he's funding this operation.
Yeah, I mean, Santa could be the original startup.
Ooh.
I mean, seriously.
That's deep.
Yeah. I mean,
he was the first startup.
The original.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hear he was born in Turkey.
You know what? There's a lot of entrepreneurship there. If you go to Istanbul, you will definitely see entrepreneurs at work.
Yep. So how did he get from Turkey to the North Pole? It's just he needed a cold spot to put all of his servers?
Well, again, I mean, you just when you start thinking about this logically,
Yeah.
The only way you can do this is, lots of servers, and lots of servers demand that.
This is probably why, hey, no fault on Santa here. Maybe there's some fault on him here. We can put some blame on him. He's probably the one melting the polar ice caps.
Oh, man. You think?
Yeah.
Oh, so Santa could be the origin of our global meltdowns going on.
People
there?
say commercialism is ruining Christmas. I think Christmas is ruining the environment.
It could be. And the ice in the North Pole, or the polar ice cap there, is at its lowest, thinnest, youngest in 60 years, according to various headlines that I didn't read the rest of the article.
Yeah, no. That were served to you at the appropriate time with the appropriate copy. Yeah,
exactly.
For you to believe them.
Some sort of machine learning algorithm decided, I'm going to push this your way today, right now.
So there's like demand side that he has to do, and supply side in order he has to make these meet, right? How is he going to figure out how many of the different types of toys for the different people? How is he going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, well, let's break down Santa's big problems here, right? We'll just start talking about the individual, right? First of all, he's clearly got a really heavy-duty classification algorithm for naughty or nice. But I bet you the same technology that goes into naughty or nice also does present prediction.
Yeah.
Right? So when you
know
get that,
all these qualities about a person, what are you going to give them?
And so you run this on every child in the world, and now you can clearly start figuring out demand and what your cost overlays are going to be for that.
This is the reason you don't always get what you want for Christmas.
It's true.
Machine learning models aren't perfect. It's averaging over all the past history about what to give you.
Well, that and also, I mean, honestly, how many times have you gotten what you asked for, but it wasn't what you wanted?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe Santa's
He knows something deeper about you than you know about yourself.
Exactly. I mean, you really did want that pair of boxer shorts for Christmas.
Yeah, you needed it. 6 months later, he knew.
Yeah, well, which would you could have that small action figure that you're going to, lose in 20 seconds, or those boxer shorts that you're going to have 6 months later.
Yeah.
And, you'll get a little bit of value every single day out of the shorts, but, 30 seconds worth of
aggregate
joy
over the year.
Yeah, you were a lot happier.
Yeah, a lot happier.
I mean, so Santa, well, at least his deep learning chops might be better than we think. Okay. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time, obviously.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
Yeah. So what are Santa's assets? A tremendous data store.
Yep.
Right. Like, and so
I don't know where he got the computing power though, but
some things are going to be a mystery.
Yeah.
But
Christmas spirit,
possibly
belief.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, this might be it.
I don't know.
It's like belief in Santa before is what powered it, but now it's sort of waning, and now he has to supplement it with like reindeer dung.
It sounds like
a
plot to a bad Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
may or may not have seen already. Yeah.
No, so I mean, Santa's got some really great things going for him, though. Although
big problems, though. Yeah.
There's a lot of issues that Santa has to overcome. Like, just think of all that data and all these different countries. Is Santa GDPR compliant?
Oh, that's a big question.
I mean,
he needed to get his stuff in order this year.
Really detailed personal information.
This is the first GDPR to Christmas.
Yeah. I mean,
stuff might be coming late.
Yeah, maybe he had to use less information.
Yeah, maybe the predictions aren't as good.
He had to clean out his data stores and gotta lose those terabytes of data on people.
Yeah,
sorry, UK.
Yeah, yeah. It's moving to Ireland or moving out of Ireland now. Yeah.
Well, maybe he's got some good legal loopholes.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of
right. He's moved. Yeah. He's moved his data and ways that might be questionable, but
yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. It's not going through standard means. Well, he has a really high powered transport.
Yeah.
This is like an ultimate smuggling device.
Yeah.
It's like you could send terabytes, petabytes of information through the internet, but you could also just load up the sleigh with hard drives and move it over, and undetectable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's clearly got amazing technology, but his business model, it's an interesting business model. Maybe he's been looking at the long term. He knew.
This is a long con?
Yeah, he knew that data was the new oil, or was going to be the new oil.
Okay.
So he's been collecting it.
Yeah.
For
He's going to be a
very
broker.
long time.
Yeah.
And now it's time to pay out.
Yeah.
Right? Like all those gifts, do you think the elves really made them? Or
Yeah.
maybe they're like, various toy companies that are saying like push this product this year.
Yeah, interesting.
Right? Like he's seeding the right kids to get their friends to go out and buy.
It brings up an interesting question about the life cycle of data. He's been collecting for hundreds of years. Well, a lot of the people he's collected data on aren't here anymore. What do you do with that now?
Well, exactly. I mean, how useful is it to know that in 1860 the hula hoop was the hot toy?
Well, but it still might be.
It might be.
Yeah.
You can get trend analysis. You can see how a toy takes off and then falls over time.
Yeah, but it's like now totally fair use for him. That's not covered by GDPR. Probably.
Oh yeah, it's old enough information.
Yeah,
right.
fine.
So well, that's good. I mean,
maybe he'll be releasing data sets, on Kaggle or something.
Oh, that'd
soon.
be awesome. The naughty nice prediction contest.
Yeah, maybe we could talk to him and get that going.
Here are 30 attributes
Yeah.
about a child.
That's a good question. What is the real data he has to make these predictions?
Exactly. What's useful to determine naughty or nice? But more to the point, how did he train the classifier in the first place? How does he calibrate naughty and nice? Is this like a reinforcement learning question where over time
Is Santa biased?
Ooh.
Yeah. Big deep one there.
Yeah. I mean,
probably like half the population of the world, maybe 3/4.
Yeah. I mean, how naughty you are depends on where you were born. Oh man. Not necessarily on your own actions. He knows your name.
Here the name's on the list, right?
Man.
You can glean a few things just from that. But he's had the IoT device ridden, mall Santa,
Probably.
his robots
he doesn't
or
own
his
the
minions
Santas,
are out there.
the various Santas out there. That'd be just, conspiracies of more than one person just fall apart.
They never,
right? But maybe he's
that's
just
not
got
real.
he's got the clothing line
Yeah,
down.
he's exactly. I mean, he's got the elves to make. He's got everything, right?
Yeah. So they're just
he has to have an amazing manufacturing facility up there too, using deep learning, machine vision, etc., to really pump that good stuff out.
A lot of robotic stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like are elves really people? Are they alive or are they like something else? I mean,
That's a good point.
Maybe
you replaced the elves a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You've got a lot of robots going around up there.
Yeah, maybe he's responsible in the uplift of the Japanese robotics market. He's been buying.
Could be. Machine learning and robotics are like a match made in heaven right there. A lot of work in that world.
Yeah, well, he's obviously an expert, so
yeah. I mean, geez, it's when I really think about what Santa must have accomplished, I'm quite frankly in awe.
Yeah.
I mean, the orders of scale, the accuracy, the precision of what he's doing, the resources that he gathers and employs. I mean, Santa is, from all practical purposes, he's probably the biggest purveyor of machine learning on the planet.
He has to be. He touches everybody.
Everybody. I mean, it's just absolutely insane.
Everybody knows about him, at least, right?
Yeah.
At least half of people.
Why hasn't anyone else come to these same conclusions, Scott?
Well, I guess it's one of those things. It's a zeitgeist, right? It's just like it's a time for it to come out. Well, obviously, we didn't know about machine learning before, or the extent to which it could be spread throughout the world and all these different tasks. You look back and you're like, duh.
That's it,
right?
We're now finally seeing, or we're getting little crumbs of the capability that Santa has, and we're seeing.
Oh, he's so far advanced.
Yeah, we're catching up to what we haven't, 100 years ago.
In machine learning, he obviously has to have some physical things going on for him here too. That to be able to just travel to all these different places in one night, he's got 24 hours to do it because he can kind of rake across the world while it's happening. But that's not very much time.
Well, if he has the robotic infrastructure, then maybe what he does is actually caches small Santas everywhere.
Ooh, that's a good.
And they're autonomous Santa delivery devices, right? So self-driving cars.
He's probably he's the original self-driving car.
Before self-driving sleighs. That's what he's got thousands of them to go around and deliver packages.
Maybe something we haven't talked about much, but model duplication, meaning really, he's just cloned his brain.
Well, they probably have specialized to the country, though. Right.
That's a good point.
So he's got like a generic model. And then
houses are different.
Then you use transfer learning to start the new models and then specialize them on special data sets for each country,
locally,
or even each region.
Kind of one-shot learning. I mean, it's just happening while on the fly. You drop them off and they go.
Exactly. I mean, do you think it's the same delivering presence to say, you know, Central Florida as it is to say, I don't know, Ecuador or something like that?
Well, or it's somewhere that's a lot of snow and other stuff, right? But, maybe a good move for him would be to, like, disguise himself as, like, the UPS man, or, like, the Amazon truck.
Like, yeah, there you go.
People would never suspect that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've uncovered something exceptionally deep here, Scott.
Uh-huh. I mean, what are we going to do about it?
I don't know.
I don't think we should tell anybody.
No, we need to get this technology for ourselves.
Yeah, we have to keep this to ourselves.
Well, this could be our little side research project. We keep on investigating. How does Santa do it?
Mm-hmm.
This is like in the rest of the world when real problems pop up. Once you get that key question, you can keep asking yourself.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know it happens in nature this way, so there's got to be a way, and it allows you to keep driving towards the solution.
Yeah, so you're saying there's a way.
So I'm saying
there's a chance,
and you keep chipping away, knowing there is an acceptable solution over here.
Yep,
Santa's done it, so therefore we can't. So we keep saying, how would Santa do it?
Yeah,
how would Santa do it?
What would Santa do?
What would Santa do?
Yeah.
Like, would he just throw another GPU on the fire? Or would he,
is he a little more clever than that?
Yeah. I mean, is he just a big data GPU guy, or is he really nuanced? Like, is he like hand tweaking models all day?
Maybe pathfinding is AI after all.
Yeah. I mean, definitely.
Like real deep learning stuff happening.
Well, on a serious note, graph theory is getting a little bit of in-run on deep
well,
learning.
I was serious the whole time.
Oh yeah. Well, we were of course. But I mean talking about pathfinding though,
okay.
There's some interesting fun stuff in that world.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to graph theory to the huge data world. Well, just what is a tree?
What is a tree?
It's a DAG.
This is a tree.
It's a directed
Ficus.
acyclic graph.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So
directed acyclic. It's not cyclical.
Exactly, and it's a graph.
Yep. And directed. It goes in a direction.
So searching a big tree of possibilities is exactly what things like AlphaGo does really well at.
Tell me more.
Oh, tell me more about AlphaGo.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
do you think Santa could beat AlphaGo? And if he did, what would he do?
Well, I think he could, because clearly he's gotten some edges on graph theory in general to be able to solve the traveling salesman problem, to be around the world in such an efficient way. He had to have a very efficient tact on this. I mean, if Santa was inefficient in his travels around the globe, then it just is clearly an impossible task.
Good point.
But if he's got a super efficient, path algorithm, if he's knocked it down somehow, so maybe he's solved PNP.
Maybe.
But I mean, this is big time.
Yeah, that's big time.
I don't want to go into the ridiculous though.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I think most people agree that P does not equal NP.
Okay.
And for Santa to have solved that, that'd be like, it's breaking the laws.
He solved AI. We know that.
Yeah. But maybe what he's got is some sort of mixture of classical algorithms and machine learning to be able to do intelligent grouping of solutions, to get this pathfinding, but still you're using classical mechanisms to tie it all together. I think with that you could get an optimum, not necessarily the global optimum or a provable optimum, but you could probably find a much better optimum than just
It's okay. So you're saying you can come to a solution. It might not be the perfect solution, but you did it very quickly.
Yeah, well, you did it with, just like
very little
Monte
effort.
Carlo tree search and a DAG.
Santa's probably using Monte Carlo tree search in a better version.
You have a fixed set of resources.
Yep.
Right. You've got this much time to calculate on. Right. You want to find the best solution within those resources. So you use a similar set of techniques and use it for solving this traveling salesman, and maybe you've got some good stuff there, and you put a little bit of machine learning to do your an intelligent selection of possible paths, and I don't know. I think you got something possibly there. See, this is since Santa can do it.
Yeah.
It allows us to start thinking, how does Santa do it?
Yeah, exactly.
How
we know
can you
it's
apply
possible.
these things?
We know it's possible,
right? You know, like there's some really good stuff that we can do there.
Still, it's whether he shards or not helps. You know, determines it. Like if he really does it all himself, now he's got something special. If he's sharding, and breaking himself off into many pieces to go solve this problem, not quite the same.
Yeah, maybe Santa is an AI.
Maybe he is.
Can clone himself so quickly.
Yeah.
Right? He can be everywhere at once.
Really? Yeah, he has like a silicon foundry.
Maybe. Here it is, Scott. Santa is an alien machine intelligence that landed on Earth. It's got to be.
I think that's 100% true.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
You know, so all this machine learning is really from an advanced civilization.
It's an advanced civilization.
What we're seeing is, you know, a couple hundred years from now.
Why are they doing it though?
I don't know.
Keep us happy?
Well, I
keep us placated?
If you're a machine intelligence, would you want to stay on the planet that your creator started you off on? Why stay next to all that, that caustic environment, all these bad things? Why not just go out into space?
Yeah.
And then you're going to have lots and lots of replicas going around of your machine intelligence, right?
Yeah. You mean if you like visit new planets?
Well, you're just going out into the random universe. You want to stay.
I mean, you have a long way to travel then, right?
Yeah, you go to new stars. You need energy sources.
Takes a long
right?
time to do that, but I guess
you just slow yourself down to a few cycles per year, per whatever time.
I guess to you it doesn't seem that fast.
It doesn't seem that fast. So he's a machine intelligence. He's been floating through the universe for a while, and accidentally crash lands on Earth and says, "Why not? I'll build a bunch of machines."
It's like a vacation a little. It's stopover.
Yeah. So
the playland, little fun.
There you go. He's having a little bit of fun.
Okay. Right? Okay. That makes sense.
I think that this is a plausible explanation for Santa Claus.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. Well, and the UFO technology there too.
Yeah.
You can zip around.
I mean, all the energy that Santa is using is clearly, orders of magnitude more than
he's solved fusion.
He has to have. I mean, how much energy is in gasoline? Like, do you think a little sleigh could carry enough energy around, take it around the Earth and go to all the homes?
It has to be nuclear.
It has to be. Yeah. You have to be converting matter to energy to be able to do what Santa does.
Yeah. We're not talking a couple orders of magnitude here. It's like millions of orders of magnitude.
I mean,
that's some good stuff right there.
Pretty serious levels of technology that are being uncovered for Santa.
Yeah. All right. So he's an energy genius, materials genius, and an AI genius. Probably though not a comp sci genius.
Really?
We've heard.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Or you just mean P just isn't NP.
Oh, it clearly is not.
Okay. Well, then this is a proof for that.
Well, no, there's not. But come on.
Hey. I mean, if Santa could do it, he would have, right? This is an obvious proof.
If it's possible, I'd say Santa could do it.
Yeah, so it must not be possible.
Well, he does get around the Earth.
How could the all-powerful being? Well, yeah.
You can't break the laws there. I mean, maybe he's got quantum computers up there that are able to solve the traveling salesman.
I didn't think of that.
Problem. In a non-classical way.
Yeah.
That could be it.
That's probably it. He's a quantum computing guy.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
He's talking about qubits all day.
Another reason why you need a cold environment. He's got to cool down those,
Obviously, it cuts down on the liquid helium costs.
Exactly.
This is so smart.
Yeah. So Santa.
He's closer to absolute zero up there.
Yeah. I mean, this guy has some pretty serious technology.
Wow. This is deep.
Yeah. Do you think he's gotten into, other fictional territory too? Like, Easter Bunny and stuff? You think
who says they're fictitious?
It's true.
First of all, but there has to be a convention or something.
There's got to be
the Tooth Fairy's there, stealing stuff at night. Right?
By the way, what's the going rate for a tooth? I
personally $1.
I like $1 too, but my wife is like, it keeps going up each tooth.
Yeah, it's like, we got to do 5, 10.
I mean, sorry, at this rate, the Tooth Fairy will be broke.
Yeah, jeez. Have you ever missed a tooth?
No.
Not yet. Oh, that one's bad.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's bad. You have to be like, maybe you didn't put it in the right spot. Yeah, that one's bad.
I keep close track of the wiggly teeth. But
yeah. Well, so but you maybe your son announces like very boldly and very happily that it's out.
Yeah,
but not so much with my kids.
That's tricky.
Yeah, they're trying to keep because if I know that the tooth is about to come out, it's like let's do it. Let's do it. Let the blood, run. Let's go, right? And they're not into that.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna
hold on to the bitter end.
It could be like a strategic tooth reserve. So when they need money, they pull out the teeth. It's like, oh look, I just lost this.
yeah. I really want to buy this thing. Yeah, all I got to do is wait a night. Yeah.
Suddenly,
so where is the tooth fairy putting all the teeth?
That is a very creepy question.
Yeah, there's a vault somewhere with everybody's teeth in them. Maybe they do it for the gold.
Not in kids' teeth. Come on.
I mean, back in the day.
Yeah, but
this is why we have to supplement it now with a little, parental help.
Especially back in the day, they wouldn't fill a kid's tooth.
I guess that's true.
I mean, I bet you. I wonder.
It just like it hurts. Yeah, that's life.
It's like, so you got a cavity on a tooth that's coming out anyways.
Yeah, let's pull it out. Your teeth when you're coming out, they consume the calcium from the root of the other tooth. I don't know exactly how much or whatever, but like it eats the root. This is why when a tooth comes out, like it's only half a tooth. Yeah. There's no root left anymore.
It dissolves them. I did know it dissolved it. I didn't know like it went into them.
I'm not sure. I don't know about that one. This is a little speculation, but where else would the calcium go? I don't know.
I mean, I can speculate about dentistry all day long.
Yeah. So he's hanging out with the tooth fairy and the Easter bunny. The Easter bunny has to be a riot,
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you a story, guys. I produce chocolate eggs from. I hide them.
Yeah.
And kids love to find them and eat them.
This is real. This happens every year.
Yeah. Why is it these entities are so creepy around kids? You gotta think
most of it has to do with kids, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, both the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus are sneaking into children's bedrooms and houses, and either taking or putting things.
I know why. It's the machine learning side again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, go for it.
Yeah, you have to stoke the rebels. You can't be stuck in a rut.
No,
right? The adults are stuck in a rut.
Yeah, you go to where the inspiration's at, where your gradient is steepest.
Many crazy ideas from children.
Yeah, it's all about the steep gradients there. Maybe that's what
they're all over the place. Exactly.
So
they're feeding the gradient. The
alien machine intelligence is really going out and finding the steepest gradients in society.
Exactly.
And trying to trying to explore those steep gradients,
pumping energy and motivation into them, right? And keep them going because this is the only hope.
There you go. It's like you're old and stodgy. Your gradient is like this. You're
flat, man. You aren't going anywhere. You're as good as you're going to be. I think you're going up. Actually,
there's no knowledge being gained on those. Let's go for the great.
This is the future. Children are the future here. You guys are a lost cause.
That's why it's always around kids.
This is obvious.
Adults are just boring.
Yep.
From a machine learning standpoint.
Yep.
I mean, you could probably predict me and you a whole lot easier than some kid. Like what we're about to say next.
Absolutely.
90% accuracy. Kids,
yeah.
I can't predict my own son.
I watched one of the best trigrams ever be produced in life. Live.
Oh yeah, what was it? Can you say it on air?
I can. It's two kids fighting, and not really fighting. Make believe here, right? And I have this guy, and I have this guy, and he has a superpower, and this one has a superpower. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? This guy's superpower is Gatorade fart tornado. Who puts those words together?
Put that in your language model.
Exactly. Gatorade fart tornado in your language model. Go. You need it. You need the craziness. That's what these guys are up to.
Yeah. What's the probability on that trigram?
Yeah, exactly.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Gatorade fart tornado.
Yeah.
I like it. Although, just knowing as a child, the prior probability on the word fart is
was very high. Very high.
I mean,
Gatorade was a recently learned word and is amazing.
Yeah.
So a tornado is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, okay. I mean, there's a little bit of believability when you really put that in perspective.
Absolutely.
But that is a classic. That one deserves to be, a high probability.
Yeah. We need to keep this quiet. This whole now we know.
Now we know.
Yeah. Now we need to figure out how we're going to utilize this intelligence.
That is the $1 million or the $1 billion question, right? So, what's his next move is a real question, though.
Good point. People think Santa's static.
Yeah, I mean,
what does he really have up his sleeve?
What's his long game here? Where's he going with this?
I mean, children are the future.
He's got all this data about humanity.
Tons of data. He's building up the infrastructure.
He's built the infrastructure.
Okay, that's true, but it must be getting better. More people, right?
Yeah. So, I mean,
is there some magic number and he just reveals to the world his secrets?
I don't know. Is this an end run around Amazon? He wants to take over all e-commerce?
Yeah, good point.
Amazon
might have to worry.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And, Santa's on is coming.
Yep. Santa's on. Yeah. Santazon.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it'll be branded too.
Yeah.
They'll be happy. They'll be jolly.
Yeah, exactly. 24-hour shipping. Oh,
and it's not just in
15 minutes with a happy elf delivering to you.
And it's not just in December anymore.
No. Oh, that's the slogan. It's not just December anymore.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
365.
Okay. Well, I think we figured it out. This is some great sleuthing work on our part.
Yeah,
little self-congratulations here,
totally.
for sure. Thanks for joining us on the AI show. What questions do you have about AI? Comment on YouTube and Twitch or tweet us at Deepgram AI. We are Scott and Susan from Deepgram.
We certainly are not robots.
And we definitely come in peace, though. Thanks. See you next time. And let's stare again.